Hey everyone, welcome to Ask Kajabi. My name's Joe. I am the VP of Marketing and have Jeremy here, who's the VP of Product.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And we we are going to be talking today about product and features, and we just came off of the one of our cycles. We actually do, if you haven't heard already or you don't know, we do these 6-week cycles. So and they're super full of feature, updates, marketing, everything like that. And we just came off of one that we called Ascender. Really excited. You guys have been getting our feature roll-ups, everything like that. So you've seen all the amazing and exciting things that we have released already. And you guys just wait, because our next one coming up is actually called Nomad, and right now we're preparing for it, and we're actually going to be starting it next week, and just really excited about some of the things that, we're going to be releasing, and some of the campaigns we're going to be doing from the marketing side. So really today, what we wanted to just kind of be here and talk about is a little bit about that, and then if you guys have any questions about features, product, anything that has to do with product, Jeremy's here. If you guys have any, marketing questions, I'm here. And but yeah, we just really wanted to focus on kind of celebrating the end of this last cycle and kind of recapping some of the things that we did. And so, welcome.
Yeah. So as Joe kind of goes ahead and fields some questions, I just want to invite you guys to ask any questions about product. I'll reiterate while Joe kind of looks at some questions right now that. Like Joe mentioned, we operate our development team. Actually, we operate the whole company now on these 6-week cycles where we kind of theme them around some real big goals that we want to have, some features that we want to deliver to our customers, and some big marketing efforts and things like that. Even our customer support lays out some really cool goals. And, we just finished Ascender. We're tying a bow on things right now. We have 2 really big feature announcements that we are going to be doing, one tomorrow and one next week. And we can start talking about some of the things that we've announced previously as well as some of the things that are upcoming. But we have a lot of really, really cool features to talk about that I think is really going to change the game in Kajabi. So if you have any things about like feature requests or product or how we do things, how we think about things, what our opinions are on things, be sure to just ask them below in the comments right now and we can answer them.
Yeah, and we'll actually be posting some links to our previous feature roll-ups because we've just been doing so many lately. Last week's we did was all about some of the updates we're doing in our assistant, our Kajabi assistant. And if you haven't started using the Kajabi assistant, or maybe you're not even a Kajabi user and you're watching this, get in there, check it out because it's pretty amazing. We did some updates where you depending on the section that you are in your admin side, like the assistant will actually pre-fill some things. We actually did a lot of we actually have support now in the assistant. So when you type in, let's just say custom domain, there'll actually be a help doc that you can click on in that drop down menu that you can get to how you select your custom domain, whatever. And so I'm talking to our social media specialist, Allie, to post some of the things as we're live in the chat, so you guys can start seeing those. And I'll let Jeremy talk about. We actually just filmed. Kenny was just in this room 15 minutes ago, filming for another one that we're really excited about. And so we're going to be releasing that tomorrow, but we're going to give you a little preview on what that's going to be about.
Yeah, so just to drop some hints, I know that we've gotten a lot of feature requests related to kind of expanding some of the functionality of how offers works. And we have 2 really cool features that we actually planned for in Ascender, and we actually delivered on a 3rd bigger one because we started adding all of these cool features to how our offers work, and we thought, man, we could really improve the way people look at offers in the admin. So we actually, from the ground up, redesigned how offers work in the admin, and we think the place that we put everything, it has a really intuitive way to look at it. So if you're ever confused going into offers and saying, oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff, I feel so overwhelmed, that's going to actually be going away this week. We're going to be deploying a new update that's going to completely redo the offer screen. Things are going to be a lot more intuitive, and it's really going to showcase the power. It's actually funny because Kenny walked up to my desk, and he was like, oh, you could do that with offers? I'm like, yeah, it's really obvious now. Like, there's different things that you could do. But the two big features that I think that we added that are brand new to offers is we added a setup fee. So you can now do an initial charge alongside your subscription. So if you wanted to charge, $50 up front plus, $25 a month or whatever you want to do with that, you can do that now. You can also use this feature to do paid trials, which has been a huge, huge feature request for our customers. So you can say, I just want to do a $1 setup fee and a 14-day trial, and that's going to charge the $1 immediately, and then have 14 days before the subscription kicks in. So I think that's going to enable a lot of business models that people have been able to pull off either in retail or in other online shopping carts. And so everybody who's been just like holding on to like some of our cart competitors because they have that feature, no more. We have that now. The other cool second feature that we put into offers is we're now giving you the ability to say that we're restricting the days of access for an offer when somebody signs up. So somebody can sign up and they only have that offer for about 60 days or 90 days or a whole year. So we've gotten that as a huge feature request for people because they're like, I don't want to say lifetime access. I just want to restrict the access to a year or 6 months or things like that. You can now do that on an offer level. So you can offer various tiers of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, someone who has kind of lived with our users for a while, Jeremy and I included, I know that one's going to be that's a game changer for some people. And to be completely honest, as the person who kind of runs the marketing stuff, we get a lot of questions on competitors and stuff, and a lot of these new feature updates, they're going to allow a lot of people to go from a lot of people using Samcart for some of these reasons, and that's the reason when they're using Samcart. They're using this outside system outside of Kajabi. But now we're telling you, hey, we're listening, and there's a lot of these things will allow you to bring everything into Kajabi that you might have been doing Samcart. Because honestly, there might be other things that we haven't addressed yet that Samcart does, but I know that was a big one that people talked about. And as we're kind of doing these Ask Kajabis, maybe there's somebody that you even know that, man, really, really should hear this information. Please feel free to share them on this thread, because we really want everyone to start hearing about some of these new things we're doing, because we do not want people to make decisions based on something that they don't know they don't know exists in our app already, because our app is super powerful and it's all in one. And so we're getting, I know we're seeing a lot of questions in here, so I'm going to be fielding them. But hi, Tamsin. I see you're in here.
What up, Tamsin? How's it going?
So one of the questions we have is, I'm scrolling down here. How do you handle features that require more than 6 weeks to implement?
Hey, that's a really, really good question. Cool. So we're not going to say too much now, but there's a feature in Ascender that actually took longer than 6 weeks to implement. And that, to me, that's a sign of possibly looking at where we can start breaking things down in order to continue to deliver value. Because these 6 weeks, they bring us a lot of things, but if anything, they bring us structure to say that we want to deliver value to our customers within 6 weeks. And actually, with the way that we plan it out, we generally are able to deliver value to our customers every week or every 2 weeks when you see our feature roll-ups. But it really is a sign of, can we think of a way to break down this feature to have it delivered in one way, and then a couple weeks later or in another 6 weeks we have it continue to be delivered or improved in another way. And so we have a feature that we're working on right now that you guys will see. We're coming out with a version 1 of it starting hopefully next week, fingers crossed. That's a really big feature that's really going to change up the game of how people are doing their marketing with Kajabi. But there are some features, I'll just throw it out there. There's some features that have to do with evergreen things that are going to take a little bit more time to refine, and we're hoping to get that out within the next few weeks of this next cycle.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is the initial version 1 is going to be completely usable. It just might not have a certain feature for it. So we try to break that down into saying, hey, in Ascender, this is what we're going to deliver, and then in our next cycle, Nomad, we're going to deliver this portion of it.
Yeah. So Larry, that's a great question, and honestly, we try to kind of tackle things within that 6-week period, and we work really hard to make it happen. Even PayPal, which was I don't know from a development standpoint, I just know kind of seeing it from the outside a little bit, but that was a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
And we
It's
did
two
that. We did
cycles.
that. Yeah, we did that in 2 cycles, which was actually even crazy to do in 2 cycles. But pretty much we, if I guess the bottom line answer to your question is we don't just say, hey, this can only get done in 6 weeks, so that's what we're doing. We say, hey, this is something that's kind of, we want to start working on this, but we give it realistic goals. And but it's pretty phenomenal what we can do in 6 weeks. And I know that Jeremy kind of hinted towards something big kind of coming in the next week or two. It is big, and it's gonna be awesome, and we're really excited to announce it. So we're gonna keep you guys just waiting on pins and needles.
We're tying bows on it right now. We want it to be really good, but I'd say this is it involves pipelines, and it involves some other really cool new features that we haven't even talked about yet.
So another question we had from Joe is a feature that our customers keep asking us for is being able to favorite videos and be able to recall your favorite content. Any plans for this?
Yeah, so we've gotten a couple feature requests for that kind of thing. I think it's a good idea. It's really just a matter of us deciding whether that's a platform feature or whether that's something that more lives on the theme as a feature, because we would have to have maybe a section where people can go and view their favorites, and that's always kind of a balancing act, right? Because I think video favoriting works really, really well for people with a non-linear kind of course structure. That's maybe not like an online course, but more like a membership site. And so we would have to decide whether or not that lives kind of like on a theme level, whether we come out with a theme that's more suited towards that membership style, or whether we bake it into Premiere as kind of a feature. But yeah, the thing we have to decide when it comes to like theme versus platform is you could think of a theme as something that's a little bit more transient, that we're going to update themes and people are going to move on to different themes over the years. But a platform feature, we want to stay, there, and it needs to be valuable as part of the platform for 10, 15 years as we continue to evolve it. So theme features are things that we can kind of be a little bit more experimental with, and that we can kind of refine over time. And platform features, we have to be really cautious and make sure, hey, is this going to withstand the test of time? So it's a really, really cool feature, and I could see it, someday maybe being implemented in a theme. And yeah,
totally. Sven, yes, you did hear him say the word evergreen. But we're not going to go anywhere into it than that, at least right now. Just to keep your eye out keep your eye out and eyes and ears open. Question, where did it go? Let's see. Here we go. When the 6-week dev cycles are complete, is there an area that lists all of the feature rollup, Ascender feature rollup list post? From a marketing standpoint, that's actually a great idea. We try to kind of keep them going. So what we do, unless we have so much, which lately we've almost been doing one every single week. But what our goal is to do is to do one every other week. So within the dev cycle would have 6 feature rollups that are kind of updating everything, but that's actually a great idea. I'm going to put that on a list for something to say, hey, after the cycle's over, maybe we have a blog post of everything that we release with links back to the feature rollups. I actually think that's a really good idea. I probably will go and do that today. Because it's a really good idea. We want to, maybe we'll have the blog title will be just like Ascender Ascender summary or whatever, and it'll say everything that's been released on that specific cycle. So definitely a great idea. Thank you so much, Jay. Tamsin, what about a search feature in product libraries for those of us developing the Netflix-like function, a way for customers to search through the products they have?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Actually, I think there's a lot of improvement that we could bring into that product library. We have it hadn't been a core focus for us because when we were looking at some of the stats, we were seeing people weren't really making use in the beginning of multiple products as much. But now that people are kind of catching on to that Kajabi philosophy that we really wanted to ingrain, where you can create a lot of smaller products and invite people into your ecosystem, we're now seeing some like improvements that could be made in the library. So but I'm not going to say it's going to happen in the next cycle necessarily, but it's definitely on our radar of maybe organizing that structure more, whether it's like search or categorization or things like that. It would be really, really nice to organize your library more than just a drag and drop list. And we've gotten requests for that, certainly, yeah.
Jay, this isn't a beer. That was actually coffee.
Yeah.
We don't drink at 11 o'clock here in the office.
Only coffee, and it's ridiculously strong coffee.
Yeah.
So.
We're spoiled. We actually do have cold brew coffee on tap here. This is by these guys, the Steeping Giant, and it's pretty amazing. So I'm actually drinking it, but I heated it up because I wanted hot coffee. So, again, I'm getting. Oh yeah, Joe had just said he has a membership site with almost 3K videos and would really help our members. The whole
wow, 3,000 videos.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so awesome.
I wonder if is your membership site broken out into multiple products or is it just one massive product? I'd be interested in knowing that. I'll look in the comments later, but that's really, really cool. It's definitely interesting to see how much Kajabi products scale, and that's something that we really. I'll go on a philosophy rant just for a second, but when you see that there's a lot of like online course platforms that are touting themselves on online course platforms, we're trying to think a little bit beyond that because somebody who's running a membership site with 3,000 videos isn't necessarily looking for an online course platform. They're looking for a platform that can really support this bigger vision of training and everything like that. But we also want to accommodate online courses. So our big push right now is to really differentiate ourselves from the competition in the sense that we're creating a platform with these building blocks that are going to withstand the test of time. And so whatever new like marketing technique or fad comes in or whatever new training technique or fad comes in, we want to make sure that those building blocks can be built in a way to accommodate that without us saying, well, let's scrap this app and just create a new one. Yeah. But we want people to have that confidence and trust in Kajabi that they can stay on this platform and still be on the cutting edge.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Going away from that for a second, Tamsin was asking the story of the duck shirt, and I just real quick wanted to kind of get nostalgic for a second. It's pretty crazy. We've been, especially after some of these cycles, we kind of visit, and every 6 weeks, especially every quarter, as we're kind of looking at the entire year, it's so exciting to see how Kajabi grows with not only just the platform itself and everything like that, but also our team. And the duck shirt comes from actually, I think that, me and Jeremy have been here for a while, and I think I was like hire number like 10 or something like that, and Jeremy was, like 6, hire number 6 or something like that.
Something like that.
And, we've only been here for, 4 years, and we've seen this company just grow so tremendously, and we've been able to be a part of it. Yeah. And the duck shirt actually comes from when we were in our old office with I think we had 12 people at the time, and we just thought it was funny. And our graphic designer Sam, he's our creative lead now, but at the time, he just created these shirts and we got them and. I think I know Tamsin. You were saying you have them, but literally not a lot of people have these shirts other than employees of Kajabi. So, but now it's so crazy to see. 4 years later, our team has tripled, if not quadrupled. It's
P team.
Yeah, and then we have a P team too, which we have a team in the Philippines that do a lot. They're part of our Kajabi, our hero team, and they're a lot where your live chat and a lot of that stuff off hours of, especially when because we were in Irvine, so we only do 8 to 5, and then they take care of a lot of the other stuff. So
it's funny that you mentioned that we just tripled or quadrupled, because like the other thing to realize too is some people might think that we're this big company.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
We have 25 people in.
I think it's a little more. Yeah, I think it's
in the office now.
A little bit.
We
more
just recently hired
office,
2 people. Yeah, like 27 people in the office total. That's including like Kenny and Travis and Jay Cron and us and everything like that. So it's not like we have this 100-person company that's like just doing big company stuff. We have a really small team for the most part. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and the crazy thing is like when we tell people, especially when we go to like a conference or something, and I roll in with the marketing team, and it's like 5 people, or actually like as far as what we're like, the content marketing team is only like 3 people, and then we have I think we have like in all with sales and everything, I think we have like 6 or 7 people now. We kind of roll in like the small group, and they're like, okay, hey, where's the rest of the marketing team? And like, this is it, and they're like, wow, like you got, like, it's crazy what you guys can do with a small team. Same thing with the devs. If we were to turn the camera and go in this hall right now, you would see our dev team that just does so much stuff for such a small team. And we're just really proud of our team. So we just want to brag for just a little bit. We're really proud of our team. So
any other questions?
Yes.
Looking on time.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna go for about another 6 minutes or so.
Yep.
Here, Catherine, your daughter stole your shirt. So as you guys can see, the feature roll-ups are being posted in here. I mean, do you guys have any other questions about, I'm kind of scrolling down. We have a lot of comments in here about 6-week cycles and everything like that. Jeremy, why don't you tell us, maybe some of the things, can you kind of tease anything that is like kind of coming up in Nomad that you can talk about, that we can talk about?
Oh man,
or at least some of the areas that we're focusing on.
Yeah, so we're going to be focusing on like I mentioned in one of our biggest sender features is we're really looking at filling in some gaps in what is really hot right now in the marketing scene, and we're using pipelines as a tool for that. So one theme that you're going to consistently be seeing is when Kenny first talked about pipelines and it being this kind of overall encompassing thing, we're betting big on that. So we're going to be releasing more features that are going to be really cool building blocks, but it's also going to be wrapped up and conceptualized inside of pipelines. So you'll see that as kind of a really strong theme as we're moving forward. And then we're also circling back and making some things inside of products simultaneously like a lot better. Some features that we think are missing in the training experience and the education experience for customers we're going to be taking a hard look at. And there's going to be some new features that are going to be going along with that we're really excited about. So
yeah. Jay asked, will you in the near future support 4K quality videos?
That's up to Wistia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically up to Wistia, and I guess we'll have to look at our Wistia bill too.
Yeah, totally. Jay, I totally know where you're coming from. I started at this company as a video producer, and I know you guys met David last week. He's actually behind the camera. Video production ninja, I think we call him. We're kind of geeks about quality for sure, and we love. I actually have the 4K monitor, the LG one, and it's amazing, and it kind of ruined me forever with like anything else. So I look at anything else and it just does not look as good. But the reality is the majority of people, and I think Wistia knows this too, and they've done a lot of stuff, but the majority of people are consuming things maybe in 1280 or 1920 by 1280, and maybe I think a lot of people are still at like 1280 by 720, and so it's based on streaming and everything like that. So even if we did give you the capability to do 4K, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the majority of people are still streaming at a lower quality. Yeah. And if you if you say, hey, I'm only going to allow you to do 4K, then like nobody would be able to stream anything because it would take forever to load.
Yeah. The good news is you don't have to worry about that because we have Wistia, we have adaptive streaming, and so Wistia will detect the connection and kind of adjust accordingly. But Wistia 4K, their offerings, I haven't looked at it in a while, but they did have a different kind of offering for enabling 4K and stuff like that, and we would really just have to look at how that's economical for us. Not that we're being stringent. If anything, our Wistia bill is really, really high, and we're like,
you guys are definitely the ones that are benefiting from Wistia.
Yeah, customers get a really, really great deal out of Wistia, and we want to make sure that continues while supporting any kind of really cool features for it.
Yeah, and we definitely would have to massively raise the 2 gigabyte cap.
Oh yeah, for
if
sure.
we were to do 4K.
Yep.
That'd be nothing. So it's something we're gonna, as kind of technology and online consumption like adapts to everything. It's definitely something we're gonna be looking into. Like especially with Apple now, like doing their Apple TVs are all 4K, and Amazon, the Firebox, has been doing it for a while, and everything like that. It's definitely not something that's completely out of the picture, but we also want the people that are consuming your content to be able to consume it, the fastest possible and everything like that. So,
all right,
it's
lightning round.
Lightning round.
People ask your questions.
Lightning round. We're going to be up for like 5 more minutes. Oh man, got a lot of questions right here.
Cool. I'll answer them really quickly.
What's your idea of a perfect date? I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
Here we go. Education experience. Did I hear education experience? Yes, you probably did.
I'll just speak to that a little bit. Lots of people want quizzes, and we're going to do something about that. But we're going to make sure it's very Kajabi-esque, and we're going to make sure it's better than just saying quizzes. So.
Wow, Jeremy.
Yeah.
You just spilled the beans a little bit. Okay.
Not fully.
Chams says, just don't release at 5 p.m. on Friday, then I'm up all night playing. Okay, we'll try not to do that. Hey guys, looking forward to seeing you in person next week. This is Chris, but I'm impatient, so I'll ask you about it. Ability to use two-step checkout to capture email addresses of abandoned cart users for remarketing purposes.
Yes. Cart abandonment is it's definitely on our radar. I'll drop more hints about just future cycles. Again, we're thinking 2 or 3 cycles out right now, but cart abandonment stats are nice, and collecting cart abandonment stuff is nice. But what's nicer is if you could actually do something about it, and so that's what we're going to be working on, is maybe looking at some really cool ways we can follow up for cart abandonment.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons. I mean, there's multiple reasons why we did two-step checkout in the first place. At least from a marketing standpoint, we use cart abandonment, we use all this other stuff. Of course, we're using some different CMS systems and stuff like that. But as far as Kajabi users, one of the reasons we did the 2-step checkout or the 3-step checkout, whatever it is considered, is for that reason, is that we can capture that email, and then you can say, hey, that person didn't purchase, and then you can tag them. So that's definitely something that's in the works.
Automation features are going to be vastly improved in the next few months.
Yeah.
So.
Jay asked about the Kajabi Apple TV app.
Ooh. So we've kind of talked about it a little bit. I know Jay Cron's talked about it a little bit in some Ask Kajabis. Basically, what it's come down to, we came up with a really good prototype about the Apple TV app. The bigger issue is really just trying to streamline the process of application. And so we're still working on that with Apple, and it would be really cool value add for our customers, but it's something that we're kind of trying to work out right now, is making sure that process is smooth, because it can kind of be a little Apple asks a lot from you, and their application process is pretty stringent, so we want to make sure that can be a smooth process.
Yeah, and kind of like a first step in that direction, as far as streamlining it, and there is a very stringent process. Like a lot of the ones that you've seen out there, like the some of our competitors or whatever, like Udemy and stuff, it's more of a marketplace than it is like a specific it's your app, and that's what we want to do. We want to make it your app. So you're not selling Kajabi necessarily, like a Kajabi marketplace, and saying, hey, I'm on this marketplace. You're saying, this is my app, and you're consuming my content.
Yeah.
And that's that's something that we're working on. One thing that's kind of like a first step from marketing standpoint is that we And I don't know how many people are actually founders here that are watching this, but we actually are about to put up a true marketplace that that is going to be kind of the first step. I think that'd be a good first step for people. And you'll be seeing it in the next, hopefully the next, weeks to come. That you'll get kind of an invitation to submit your stuff into the marketplace. We sent out an invite to just founders, just our founders, and we got just a ton of submissions. So we're still sorting through those and getting them up, but you'll be seeing that pretty soon. And it's going to be a huge thing. It's going to allow you to kind of be featured, on our marketplace. So that's something that's going to be really exciting. That that's going to kind of be the first step into get on the marketplace. Let's get everything looking good, get the experience good, and then we'll move over to the Apple TV stuff. So,
any more questions for the lightning round?
Yeah. Tamsin did her video today. Congratulations for the marketplace. Quizzes, yay! Yes, that's what Catherine said. So no, I think we're good. We're gonna be on for 30 more seconds. So if there's a question that you hadn't asked, thanks so much, you guys. This has been awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be here next week. Ask Kajabi next Tuesday at 11 o'clock. We'll be here. Same place, same time, and I think we're good.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here, and we will see you guys next week.